Honk.
That's what I'm talking about. My apologies. I just realized that I meant to hit the intro scroll off button and I hit the outro scroll on button. So instead, you just got a very confusing double dose of text. But hey, listen, we could all use some more text here and then, right? Right? Who's with me? Good to see everyone. Welcome, Arvanauts, to a Tuesday stream. It is January 21st, 2025. I hope everyone is hanging in there and doing okay as best as can be expected. And we are here for day 4, and what I suspect and hope, frankly, will be the final day of the Skylord Fighting Fantasy Gamebook stream. That's not because I don't enjoy doing the game books, but because I'm looking forward to other game books and so on. Live illustrated by a certain extremely talented and now available for heraldic commissions publicly, TariToons. But you will hear more about that anon. Before we go any further, just a couple of reminders about ways to support us on the channel. If you have not done so already, please follow the channel. Please check out our YouTube with !ArvTube, and welcome if you're watching me over there. Discord is !ArvCord. Twitter is !ArvTweets. Blue Sky, !ArvSky. And again, I'm really pushing people towards the Blue Sky area. I've gotten more followers again over the last couple of days over there, which is great. The higher up number that gets, the easier it's going to be for me to shut down my Twitter account completely. I will still keep it open because I don't want somebody taking my name, but I am not going to be using it anymore as soon as I can get Blue Sky to a certain number. So I hope you will follow me over on Blue Sky for all of the details about that. And also will subscribe to me on YouTube while I'm on that subject, because that's important too. So again, Discord, !ArvCord, Twitter, !ArvTweets, Blue Sky, !ArvSky, website for all this, arvanelleron.com. Please check out, while you're at the website, Hearthglow, which is my limited run podcast, actual play podcast set in my Hearthglow universe. That is going to have its final recorded session next month, and then the final live in-person session, the finale of Hearthglow, coming up in March. So you'll definitely want to be there for that at Sacred Heart University in Fairfield, Connecticut. And again, I'll have more details about specific dates and tickets and all that kind of stuff next month for the month after, when we're actually doing the stuff in March. And again, don't forget as well to check out my Gen GM show that I do with Zach Clay. We've had a bunch of short vids coming out through that as well, and more of that is coming not just from them, but also from my channel too. So please consider jumping over there and supporting us with that. On the financial front, !Arv Shop, that's the merchandise area. !Arv Treon is the Patreon. Again, really trying to build that number back up to triple digits. So please consider supporting the Patreon. You can get some unique and cool stuff for you, including an epic poem written about you, an epic character background written for you for a tabletop role-playing game if you wish, even writing critique done for you by yours truly. And you can do that by supporting the Patreon. You can also, of course, subscribe to the channel, which gets you those custom sub badges and emotes to use here, there, and everywhere across Twitch. And both with Patreon and the subbing, you get inspirations to help our players. So please consider jumping on board with that. On the publishing front, !Icarus, my graphic novel for Athos Arts. no, for that person who has been sacked has also been sacked. Thank you, Prince Justin. Good to see you. !Arv, let's see, Icarus for the graphic novel from Athos Arts. !Library, that's my Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library. My 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment, and !Greyshade, which is my Greyshade IP, featuring Greyshade, Renegade, and Heretic, the Grey Assassin trilogy from Athos Arts. You can get those at that link. You can get the audiobook of Greyshade from our very own Trent Sparks at that link. And you can also pre-order the tabletop role-playing game of Greyshade from Alligator Alley Entertainment and our very own Brandon O'Brien, which is going into edits extremely soon. Within the next few days, it'll be going into full edits. That is going to be out the summer of this year. Super pumped about that. So please consider pre-ordering there as well. And last but certainly not least, !BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. !Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And !Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage, and send the message we will do so for others in the future. And hi as well to Emily and Triffett I saw here earlier as well. Hello, everybody, as everyone filters in. Quick note on schedule. This afternoon we'll be featuring By the Dice Roll over on on GOG.com. We're going to continue with Ghosts of Saltmarsh during Pen and Pixels. Unfortunately, Undeveloped Bruce is not going to be a part of it because they're feeling very under the weather, but we will have the rest of the crew. So the return of Ananda, we will have Wholesome R Gaming, we'll have Darksaber 2K and Pyron Jade with us. And so that's going to be happening this afternoon at 4:15 p.m. Eastern. And then I will be back on my own channel as well on Thursday. Actually, wait a second, because I think on Wednesday, give me just a second. Let me see. Loading. Okay, yeah, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. Right. So this Thursday, I'll be back on my channel in the evening for Caves of Kood as I do more of that, live and drink. Very excited for that. And then on Saturday, it will be more Expedition from the Mysterious Peaks, which I'm very excited about with that too, because the campaign is going in very cool places. So all of that is happening over time. So with all that said, I'm going to unmute myself so Tari knows that we're ready to go. I'm going to now unmute her. And last but certainly not least, it is my pleasure to introduce the most most talented heraldic artist / cartoonist / role player / lover of jackets with cool patches sewn on that you can find. And that, of course, is TariToons, who's with us. Hi, Tari. How are you? How's everything with you?
Hi. I'm good. Glad to be back. Of course, this whole series has been on pause for a while because of me being very sick in December. But I'm back to. I'm glad to be back. Yeah.
Yay!
And also, on top of that, for those of you who social, my God, I cannot talk. My coffee hasn't kicked in yet.
You're sure you're feeling better, or just?
No. I am feeling better. For those of you who have been following me on my social media stuff, I opened commissions again today for the first time in literally years. So, I'm not fully back yet. I'm only doing very specific types of commissions at this point. But I do hope to soon be able to open up anything commissions basically again. So
super cool.
So I'm properly found my footing again, how it works.
Super cool. And we already posted on there Tari's Gumroad store, so definitely stop by that. You're going to be, and also he said in a not so subtle comment that to chat that within the next several months you will be seeing more of Fifi, our channel mascot, appearing in different forms. So if you like the emojis you have now, get ready, chat, because there may be more on the way. We have some more slots that have opened, and there's no truth to the rumor that Tari and I may be talking about that specifically on Friday. So we'll see. But anyway, super excited for that. Yeah, and absolutely, you should totally check that out. And I mean, even if you're not, if Tari isn't taking all of it now, I imagine, correct me if I'm wrong, Tari, that you wouldn't mind if anyone here were to be like, hey, I'm really thinking of doing X thing. They could probably drop you a message to be like, maybe down the line, if you might be interested in doing whatever the commission is that they require, they could at least say, hey, maybe down the line sometime from now when you open up, would you be willing to do that, right? I assume you'd be okay with getting a message of that type.
Yes, it would be fine. Though the thing is that I'm probably gonna have forgotten by the time I will be getting around to it. So it might be smarter to just wait until I make the announcement that I'm back for good, basically.
Yeah, I got you. Well, yeah, definitely. Again, you can't, not doing full commissions yet, but I think it's exciting news that you're back in some capacity and you're heading back up that way. So congratulations. That's great. Yeah, and we are excited today, chat, for some fighting on cars with monkey tentacle things.
I want to get out one more thing before we start.
Please do. Yes.
And that is in light of current political events and stuff like that, I'm not going to go on a whole tangent, but I just want to say that it's always politically correct and morally correct to punch a Nazi. So that's my word for the Sunday.
Yep.
Well, Tuesday is a Sunday, but
it's Sunday.
It's a
I was about to say it's Sunday somewhere, and then I realized that's not true. But
it's
regardless,
always Sunday somewhere in the world. Yes, that's how that quote goes exactly.
But yes, I said yesterday, I mentioned this to Tari, that, of course, my wonderful daughter, Little Arv, turned 17 yesterday. Thank you for all the
Yes,
birthday
happy
wishes.
belated birthday.
Thanks to all the birthday wishes. I will pass them along to her. But it struck me that it was nice during a time when there was so much focus on a truly awful person. It was nice to be able to celebrate a truly good person. And that's what I spent my time thinking of, and trying to spend as little time as possible thinking about the other awful person who has given some license to the people that Tara was just talking about. So,
I would like to
you know.
formally invite a certain muskrat to come visit us in Germany, because then we get to lock him up for breaking one of our most foundational laws, that you don't get to make certain hand gestures.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
No matter where, right? Like, it doesn't have to be done in Germany. If it's done anywhere, then I mean,
God, wouldn't that be nice?
oh God, it would be lovely.
I'm afraid not.
Yeah, it's again, it's going to be a long 4 years at the
Yeah.
least, but it'll be important for all of us to hold together. I in
Fingers
general.
crossed he gets his Mars project going, and his rocket just happens to explode on the way.
Exactly. And well,
Um,
and a lot of the people within the administration, of course, already hate him, including Steve Bannon and Ramaswamy and all those people. So that my hope is that they're doing so much palace intrigue crap that they don't have a lot of time, and they're also dumb and incompetent, so they don't have a lot of time to do the bad stuff they want to do. But in the meantime, I want us to focus on our local communities. I, in general, endorse the overall sentiment that Tari puts forward. I'll just say that. So building community is key.
yes.
And in that spirit, let's take down Skylord. Let's take down an Overlord. I can't imagine what that would be related to. It's not at all. Okay, Tari, before we do this, how are you feeling about the music today? What are we thinking about here, music wise?
So we did Secret of Evermore previously, right?
Yes. Which
And
I
we
listened to a
did.
lot, by the way, over the last month and a half since I did that, because I was like, God, it's so good. This
And we
soundtrack.
did that one game series where I can never recall the name.
Uh,
The like Star Wars style thingy, but it's not Star Wars.
Wing
But
Commander.
Wing Commander, thank you.
Okay, we did Wing Commander. Yep.
We did Wing Commander. Let's see.
Is there like
No
a
Man's
science
Sky.
fiction? That's possible, yes. Or I was thinking, is there like a science fiction-y JRPG that I'm not thinking about? Like
Well, you do like Star Ocean. I don't know if that's actually science fiction. I've never played it, but it has
Star.
star in the name, so it must be.
Are you talking about
sci-fi.
Lunar? Is that like Lunar Silver Star, or are you talking about a separate one? Because I haven't played Star Ocean. I played
You haven't. Okay.
no. Golden Sun, but Lunar is not really science fiction-y. No, you know what? Yeah, No Man's Sky. Why not?
Yeah.
That's a game that people have put a lot into, and I give them credit for doing that. Oh, that was a mistake not to put in the OST first. Okay, there we go. All right.
Give link blocks.
Yes. Just getting the thing down. Okay. Right. Okay. Link is. Ooh, I love it. Hold on. Okay. Share. Copy the link. Carry the one. Put it in Zoom. Now, there we go. Cool. All right. Put that in that link. I'll move that up there. And good. All right. So, chat, for those of you who do not remember, because it has been a couple of months, we are playing this Skylord. And you may remember, this is the basic sort of pitch line for it, which is Elbastin, genius geneticist and renegade steward of Vax, king of the planet Encelina. Let's just conjure that phrase for a minute, chat, okay? Elbastin, right? Genius geneticist and renegade steward of Vax, king of the planet Encelina. Just a quick note for those of you who write speculative fiction. If in the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, in the first 12 words of a sentence, if 3 of the words are names that are extremely confusing and sort of off, you may be dealing with brilliant work, or you may be dealing with something that needs to be explained a little more clearly. So I'm just letting you know. Anyway, hey, what's up, MSD? Welcome. Is poised to conquer the cosmos with an army of terrifying clones, dog-headed prefectas, the perfect warriors. Only a solo mission can penetrate the defenses of Elbaston's fortress planet Arak. Only the best solar trooper can undertake such a mission. That, agent, is you, if you dare. And of course we dare. So that's how we roll. So before we get started, maybe Tari, do you want to show our Skylord Jang Mistral?
Yeah.
Do you want to see what we have from the previous one?
Yeah, I'm just going to give a general rundown of. Let's see. That was. Oh, this was the very first one.
Yep.
I
think what makes that
interpretation of the cover artwork.
what makes that work is the fact that not only the expression on its face, but also the sunburst, like fire burst behind it, is great. Oh man.
Yeah,
good.
this is our boy Skylord.
Yeah, there you go, Skylord.
Our first space battle.
Yep, with the ship. This is the part where halfway through you're like, I still don't know what the hell I'm doing with this. And then then this came out. I'm like, I would love to be able to not know what I'm doing the way you don't know how you're doing in these things.
I don't know anywhere. I don't ever know what I'm doing. That's like the whole thing. It's like so I always feel so sorry when somebody's like asking me for advice and I'm just like, you take pen and smash it against the paper.
And then it works. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, we rescued our little three-headed robot friend.
Three-headed robot. Yeah, that's right.
Did he have a name, by the way?
I think he may have, and I don't remember it. He sort of brought us to this place that allowed us to do other things, but we needed him first.
Yeah, we landed on some planet on not Endor.
Yes, and sort of semi-crashed, and we had to like fix the. Yep.
And then the little robot guy went on an adventure, and we followed him.
Yep.
Oh yeah, then we.
Oh god, these are so good. The freaking Western jellyfish, the bandit jellyfish.
So stupid.
The best is in the jellyfish, by the way, is the fact that there's like a stitched scar, as if jellyfish would need. Like it's just.
Yes.
So good.
Don't you know jellyfish anatomy?
Yeah, no, I mean that's totally how that works.
Wait, that. Where are we? Is that right?
It looks like our guy again.
Yeah, but I'm just like not sure about the order.
Oh, the order.
Things.
I won't know till I see another one of those pictures.
Oh god, did I accidentally delete one? I hope not.
There's
just gonna save this one separately for a second. Save as.
Hey, imaginary exponent.
And reopen the file. Because I might have accidentally deleted one.
Uh-oh.
That's fine.
A whole folder or just a picture?
Yeah, a whole folder.
Oh, what?
Which, yes, apparently I did.
Oh, no.
1 second. Need to reset this up for a moment. That was not what I meant to do. Ignore that picture. No, I did not
Hey,
draw
it's a tree. Wow, Tari's incredible, but astonishing.
No, that is not my art.
It does look like a different
just
style.
my desktop background. Where?
Okay.
1 second. I have too many screens. What a good issue to have, though, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. Too many screens. By letters of indulgence. That was from. Oh, that's one you were showing me. Yes. I remember now.
Okay. That was a warm up here.
Okay, this guy. Once again.
Yeah.
Oh
we
yeah,
had
a lot of our guy racing downwards. There was this one part, chat, where we're like, we were doing all these things to like maneuver close to the ship, and there were like at least 6 different versions of, you go left, he fires, you bank left or right. Like, so this picture involves a lot of like our guy flying downwards or upwards at an angle in a ship. It was very funny.
Yes. Like this one.
Like that one. Is it? See? That's what I'm talking about.
Right, this is from last session, right?
Oh,
When
I
we were
think
like
so.
trekking through that desert, there were like the 5 pillars.
Yes.
That means I skipped one now. Right.
There we go.
Stupid.
That thing with the trying to control the ship. Yep.
Oh, I accidentally.
A lot of
moved the
focus
thing
on that
around.
face. A lot of focus.
There.
Gee, I forgot. Right, because we were on that space station where this ooze had like taken over, and like so we could use all these items, including a box of cigars. Oh my goodness, I forgot about that. My only weakness.
Yeah. So
That's so funny. I love it. I love the cigar drawing.
So yeah, that should be all. They were like kind of out of order there.
Okay.
But,
and that was our last one that we had. Well, so yes, and I will say that we have died 4 times so far, and this has been a little harder than normal. We have a 9 out of 9 skill. We've got 7 out of 18 stamina, which is not super great. We could use a little more. We're out of provision tablets as well, so we need healing desperately. We are also out of 6 out of 10 luck, so we are. At the moment, we are pushing our luck considerably. So we have 10 credits. We have a 6 pilot rating, which is awfully good. We have 4 star spray lasers, 9 out of 9 shields on our ship. And we are closing in on the end of this book, he said, hopefully. And so we are here. Now, I will admit, we got to the main complex where the actual guy that we're supposed to be taking out is. Now we're going into that complex. And so with that in mind, let's go forward and see what we've got. So after a while, it says, quote, you locate a signboard. And if you ask me to give you context, Chad, I will admit that this happened 2.5 months ago. So I'm not going to fully remember exactly. I just remember that we are in the sort of final complex of the bad guy. So after a while, you locate a signboard. Location, Red Dog Central, Vault 1, Building 13, it reads. And below this, restricted area ahead, danger. Boldly, you follow a wide corridor into this area, passing numerous side passages before arriving at a large closed air hatch. Projecting from the hatch are 2 handles, one with a round red pommel, the other with a square blue pommel. You recall that you must reach the defense center in Vault 6 in the Dome of Marvels, and that the hatch before you probably leads to Vault 2. Will you, oh man, buckle up for this, should we turn the red and blue handles clockwise, should we turn red clockwise, blue anti-clockwise? Should we turn red and blue anti-clockwise? Or turn red anti-clockwise, blue clockwise? What should we do, chat? And so first vote of the day. The way to do this is $ vote space. 1, if you think we should turn the red and the blue handles clockwise. 2, if you think we should turn the red handle clockwise, the blue one anti-clockwise. 3, if you think we should turn red and blue anti-clockwise. Or 4, if you think we should turn red anti-clockwise and blue clockwise. So now is the time to get your votes in. $ vote space, the one that you think. And if you're going to say, well, how do I know?
Space.
I don't know either. So
I do vote for space.
Vote for space in general. That's right.
Yes. Big fan of space.
All about
like
the space.
Because I'm all about that space. That space.
No planets. I'm all about that space. Oh, man.
Only quality humor here.
Yes, the best. Okay, so turn the red and blue handles clockwise. So far, we have 2 votes for turning the red and blue handles clockwise. again, $vote space 1 to turn them clockwise, 2 to turn red clockwise, blue anti-clockwise, 3 to turn both of them anti-clockwise, or 4 to turn red anti-clockwise and blue clockwise. Yeah, thank you, Emily. I appreciate that. I tried to think of things like my kids yesterday. I forget what exactly this was, but it launched me into some song, and my son was like, "And we're off into a song." Like, it's just like, yeah, it happens sometimes. I don't think I told you this, Tari, that we were making a superhero team. He wanted to make a superhero team, and so he made one called Dr. Barry, who's literally a bear. It's his second favorite animal, who's a doctor, of course,
Yes.
who's a great fighter. And if he touches you with his claw, and this is direct quote, you are thrown 70 hours away from the battle. That's very important. Not 100 hours or 60 hours, 70 hours away from the battle.
That sounds like, wasn't that also in the game that I played with him when we were at your Airbnb?
Did he also mention that the 70 hours?
That
It's
sounds
possible.
really, I don't know if it was like specifically 70 hours, but like, being like punched by something and then you like get thrown away in time or
because
something.
because he doesn't want anything to die. He doesn't want to kill anything. So it's just, so I was like, oh, it's a bit. So I was like, immediately, I don't know if you're familiar with the American pastry, a bear claw, but it's basically,
I know the Weird Al song that mentioned bear claws.
Bear mentions bear claws. So I was like, oh, that'd be great, because then you touch him and it's, so I made that, like, making this dumb joke about it. It's bear claw. And he looks at me completely seriously. He's like, no, it's called the claw of regret.
No.
I was like, okay, that's better. Yes, that's better than my dumb joke. That claw of regret.
You're like that one meme featuring Marge Simpson where she goes like, "Could you kids lighten up a little?"
Yeah, exactly. Oh God, it was so funny. Like, no, claw of regret. I'm like, all right, that's better than my choice. Oh man alive. Okay, right. So that's good, wonderful, great. Okay, all right. So last call. 70 hours in actual time. Hey, what's up, Wispy? Good to see you. I can always vote 1. Yeah, pretty much imaginary, because I don't even know what it is myself. Triffid, that question has been asked before. It's an excellent question. I assume 70 hours of travel to get back to the fight. I don't think it's 70 hours in actual time, although it might be. I mean, I guess because I asked him, I was like, well, what if the person can fly? And he's like, well, it would still take 70 hours. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if they're knocked out for like 69 hours, and then comes back for an hour, or if he's thrown into space, or I don't get it. But 70 hours, very definitively. I tried to give him more. I was like, and then you get thrown away for 100 hours. Like, no, not 100 hours, just 70 hours. I was like, all right. Well, so very, very distinctive. All right, so we're going to turn the red and blue handles clockwise. That's what I like to hear. So let's see. Clockwise.
Say that now, without knowing what is going to happen.
What's that?
You say that you like to hear that, even though you don't know what's going to happen.
That's true. I have no clue, actually. That's a good point. Let's find out. As you turn the handles, a metal panel in the passage slides open. Okay, that's a good sign. And a heavily armed creature springs from the niche. Okay, that sounds less good. It is short, stubby, and roughly humanoid, except that it has no head or neck. An Ixion. 3 colorful bulbous eyes mounted on its chest glare at you as it mocks. Can't read signs, eh? Well, danger's what you've found. Time to die, forearms. Oh, damn, he called us forearms. A light bolt sizzles past your head as you dive to the floor, drawing your pistol. Well, crap. So, I guess we didn't pick the right choice. It's us versus an Ixion.
So this guy is a bit racist, so...
Seriously, I can't even believe.
I can.
Yeah, well, listen.
Yeah.
Unreal. Okay, so, moving at the speed of plot. Yes, exactly. All right, so what we're going to do here is, chat, I need someone to volunteer to roll the dice for the chat today. He is got a skill of 9 and a stamina of 6. We also have a skill of 9, but we have a stamina of 7, so it's pretty even, Steven. And I'm a little nervous because we don't really have a lot of luck to use, but this is the best we can do. So, I need someone to volunteer to roll the dice for us, and you can do so in chat. Who would be willing to roll dice for the great Skylord Jang Mistral? Who wishes to fight back against bigotry and injustice? Know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Who's willing to do that? 2 in and out. I won't be here all day. Oh, that's okay, Wispy. Can I get someone else who would volunteer to roll the dice? Perhaps, I don't know, Triffid may be busy doing stuff as well, on and off here. I don't know if Imaginary Exponent could be convinced, or someone else. Don't want to call anyone out by name. Still at work. Emily, I know. I don't want to speak for Emily. Could try, maybe, or anybody else who might be interested. The only person in chat who I wouldn't want to be rolling dice is Tari, because Tari's a little busy.
Yeah, well, I'm also not in chat. Like, I have chat open, but like I'm not actually really,
Oh man, so you're missing all the things that they're saying about how awesome you are.
Yeah, well,
so.
I can't at the same time look at my drawing and at the chat, you know?
Well, Emily, do you want to do it? Would you mind, do you want to do the rolling the dice? No obligation. Oh, okay, or Triffic can do it? I'll forego the rest of the crunches I was doing. Well, I don't want to take you away from exercise, if that's... All right, Triffic. If you don't want... I don't want to take you away from your exercise, but if you're cool...
Who said that it's exercise? What if it's like literally just crunching stuff?
That's true. She could just be crunching
aluminium foil,
right? Or crunching some nut, like some some cashews or something. You're rolling 2 6-sided dice, and you're adding our skill. So 2 6-sided dice plus 9, and I am going to be rolling 2 6-sided plus 9 as well.
Crunching skulls.
So we start with an 11, which is a good start for me. Good start. I said crunching cashews. That's what I said.
Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah.
Who didn't hear you?
Well, I think Emily thought I was going to say crunching, nuts in a different context, and that's all. I rolled a 2, but I rolled 2 1s and a 9. That's right. But we are waiting for chat to roll. So yes, and I think it's I believe it's $. I think it's $ roll space, and then it's 2d6 plus 9. I believe is what it is. If I got that right, I think it's $ roll space, and it is a critical failure, Wispy. I hope I have a lot more of them. No, if you could do it in chat, let's try it that way. If that doesn't work, physical dice is fine. But so $ roll space 2d6 plus 9. That's it. Perfect. 16, that is good. We drop him by 2, this bigoted Ixian. Next round, he rolls a 16. Okay. Rolls a 16, so next round, please. Good opening start. Time to die, forearms. Where does this guy get his freaking taunts from? The 80s called. They want their taunts back.
Forearms, like not in the number, but like in the part of the arm.
Yeah, F-O-R-E,
and he's
I know.
like, hey, you don't work out enough. Your arms are too skinny,
Exactly. Okay, so nice. A 20. So another hit from Triffid. Okay, great. So I like to see another 16 from our Ixian bigoted friend.
I think he made it clear that he's not our friend.
I mean, if he's talking about, hey, I really admire your forearms, maybe, as opposed to your 4 arms, could be a very different thing. Aha, we have a tie. Sting. No harm, no foul. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Well, I just rolled critical success, 21. You can do it. You can do it. Triffid will totally roll a 21 also. I sense it. I feel it. 19's really good, too. All right, this time I rolled a 12. We can punch you 0 times because you have no face. There you go. All right, so we lost 2 stamina there. We're down to 5. But I rolled a 12, so here's hoping. Yeah, 19 was a good roll, but unfortunately could not stand up against a 21. 14, hey! All right, we made it past the Ixian. Good job. Suck it, Ixion. I think I actually have somewhere... No, because he has more eyes than that. So never mind. Okay, you take the Ixion's laser rifle, add 1 point to your skill. Hey, now we're cooking with gas.
Rifle.
Let's go. All right. Laser rifle.
Is that a rifle that shoots lasers, or is that a rifle that is made of lasers?
That would be even better. But you pick it up and immediately slices through your hands. Ah!
Well, we have 3 extra hands. So,
That's true. That's true. Okay, you take the Ixion's laser rifle, add 1 point to your skill. Now you may try to open the hatch by turning the handles in any combination you have not yet tried. Okay, so we know it's not red and blue clockwise, so that's definitely not it. So now the question is, I'm going to reset this. Okay. All right, so now do we turn the red handle clockwise, blue anti-clockwise? Do we turn red and blue handles anti-clockwise, or red anti-clockwise, blue clockwise? So $ vote space 1 to turn red clockwise, blue anti-clockwise. $ vote space 2 to turn red and blue anti-clockwise, and $ vote space 3 to turn red anti-clockwise, blue clockwise. What is it going to be, chat?
While we wait for people to vote, I would like to give a shout out, if I may.
Please do.
A very good friend of mine, Shade is their name, has been working on what's it called? A visual novel about vampires. Very heavily inspired by Vampire the Masquerade. But its own thing, you know, inspired by, not based, not directly based on, with some friend of theirs,
Okay.
called, oh god, now I forgot the name. Wow. Fledgling Manor is the name, which has come out last month, I think. And I would like to urge everybody here to check it out, because Shade did some incredible artwork for that game, and it's also very funny. Mind you, not for kids. You know, vampires. There's like blood and stuff.
It's a funny vampire game?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Haven't you played Bloodlines? That game is also funny.
Well, but yeah, I don't know if it's always intentionally so, though.
Oh, no, I think so it is. No, it's like very well written and everything, so I very much
oh, cool.
recommend Fledgling Manor. Like fledgling as like a baby bird. It's on Steam. Do check it out. Since I think you people like artsy stuff, so I think you might enjoy that one too.
Very cool. And this is just released, you said, or recently released?
Last month, I said.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Awesome stuff. Fledgling Manor. It's good stuff.
I don't
cool.
think you want to be playing that on your channel. It's a bit too graphic for that.
Yeah, sounds like it may not quite work.
Yeah, it's a lot of blood and gore and all that good stuff. You know, vampires.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I mean, that's kind of that's what you expect. Yeah, no, very cool. Fledgling Manor. Listen, anyone that Tari recommends from an art point of view, I mean, for anything, but specifically for an art point of view in this case, is worth checking out in my view. So very cool. All right, well, it looks like we are just about set. There is some disagreement in chat about which way to go, not understandably. But as always, going once, going twice. All right, we're going to turn the red clockwise and the blue anti-clockwise. You're immediately destroyed. No, just kidding. A stale yellow gas hisses from the air seal, but the hatch will not budge. All right, so you may twist the handles in any combination you have not tried. So now that we haven't done that, there are 2 choices left. And that is... Hold on a second while I clear these. No! I didn't mean to do that. Darn it.
Darn it? Language.
Dang it! Dang it all. That's what I meant to say. Okay, so now there are 2 choices that we haven't yet made, chat. And they are... There we go. Should we turn the, I know, I was trying to read the sign. Turn the red and blue anti-clockwise, or turn the red anti-clockwise and the blue clockwise. So there are only 2 choices left, so we're down to a 50-50 shot. Spoiler, none of them work. Like, this is all just, you know, a bunch of nonsense.
Ah.
Okay. All right. Turn red and blue anti-clockwise. And turn red anti-clockwise, blue clockwise. I wonder if there's anything we could have found earlier that would have been like, when you find this, remember that this is the thing you actually, like, was there any clue, or was it just like, nope, just out of luck. Good luck, just trial and error. Okay, although we did get a laser rifle out of it, which gave us +1 to skill, so that's nice. +1 to skill. And notably, it doesn't say just in combat. So I guess we're just more skillful with everything. You know, if we have to make
Just
leaps.
in combat. That's the name for my next, like, human fighter in a game.
Just in combat, yeah. Last name is like Kombet or something. Combat. All right, going once, going twice.
Oops.
All right, turning red and blue anti-clockwise. All right, let's see what happens. Disconcertingly, oh boy, a small hatch in the ceiling clicks open, revealing 2 lamps, one red and one blue. These focus a purple heat beam on you, shriveling your skin as you beat a hasty retreat back along the tunnel. Deduct a point from your stamina. Jeez! The frick? You decide to look for an easier entrance to Vault 2. Okay. You're oh my god, Tari. I can't wait for you to see this one. All right. You're undecided as to which side passage you should take when suddenly this appears. I have to see if I can find this picture. And then have Tari do it even better. All right, let's see. There's that. I wonder if they have, okay. Okay, they don't have it, but so I'm going to describe it and then I'm going to show it to you. So you are undecided, and there are 4 lights, as to which side passage you should take, when suddenly a spindly metallic contraption with springs, cogs, wheels, and iron claws comes bounding along the tunnel. Atop it, sitting on a high wooden seat, is perched a decrepit little creature with a large blue head. I'm going to show you, chat, what this looks like.
Yeah.
So that's him.
A handsome fella.
Yes, 100%. Whoa there! He croaks and his machine halts before you. I am Zud, the Lockmaster. Perhaps you wish to reach the second vault? Oh, come now, they all do. Well, fortune has smiled on you. I have a key in my chambers which will help. Follow me, if you will. All right, now, chat, the question is, do you wish to follow Zud, or mistrusting him, go your own way? So, this is just a 1 or 2 choice. $ vote space 1 means we follow Zud. I mean, we should just follow Zud in general, right? $ vote space 2, mistrusting him, going your own way. So you can either follow Zud, or you can go your own way. Go your own way. I don't know. Last time we went our own way, we got hit by a heat beam and attacked by a bigot, so... I had a feeling this might be one that that you'd be interested in drawing, Tari. I had a feeling.
Really?
I just had a sense of it. Okay, last call. Really, he's a nice guy, but his face is frozen that way? Yeah, I mean, could be. Also, hi to folks chatting in YouTube as well. All right, going once, going twice. All right, we're going to go follow Zud. Follow Zud. Suddenly, this is Caves of Kud, except Zud. You follow Zud and his machine through a maze of corridors, rooms, and tunnels before, eventually, you arrive at his chamber, a small laboratory with racks laden with bottles, flasks, mirrors, and many indescribable gizmos. Without a word, Zud maneuvers his craft to an old oak desk, where he uses a long-armed grabber to extract a curious metal tube from the top drawer. The tube is sealed. At one end, there is a keyhole. "Here, take a closer look," cries Zud, and the grabber thrusts the cylinder straight at your chest. Horrifyingly, it merges painlessly into your flesh. Only the keyhole is visible. It says, "Add Zid's cylinder to your adventure sheet." That sounds terrifying. Zud is bleeding with delight. "Ha! Fell right into my little trap," he snaps. "Oh, don't worry. The tube's quite harmless. Really it is. Though what's inside it may not be." Ha 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 ha. After a long-winded cackle. Sorry, I didn't do that long enough. Ha 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 ha. I will explain. The tube is made of titanium. It's specially coated and is virtually indestructible. I have no fears about losing it. It will not easily come loose, I assure you. Within it resides my stout little friend Nasha. Unfortunately, I've spoilt Nasha by feeding him too much good food. Now he will eat only the choicest metals and occasionally flesh. He has quite an appetite. If you listen carefully, no doubt you will hear him gnawing at the end of the tube, the end closest to your heart. Zud pauses long enough for you to verify his statement before he continues. How long it will take him to chew his way out, I'm not sure. It could be hours or... This is too much for you to handle. Furious, do you tug at the cylinder's exposed end with all your might, or do you hurl a flask of acid at the despicable Zud?
We have a flask of acid?
We do happen to have one, yes, although I don't know whether that's the smartest idea since I don't know how to get rid of this thing, but we could, I guess. $VoteSpace1, tug at the cylinder's exposed end. $VoteSpace2, hurl a flask of acid at the despicable Zud.
It's not just Zud. No, he's a despicable Zud.
A despicable Zud, exactly. Okay. We choose violence in response to same. Okay, I'm just checking something. All right. I see we're moving towards that.
What I really like about these streams is that they get me to draw the kind of things that I would never think to draw on my own.
Right? I mean, exactly. That was also my thought.
This guy looks like he could be straight out of Deponia, to be honest.
That guy? Yeah, I could see that.
Mainly because he doesn't have a nose. That's a design feature in that series. Though that's like mainly for the female characters. None of the women in that game have noses because reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah. No, you may not finish your villain monologue. All right. So you're going to throw acid at the despicable Zud. A direct hit results and Zud melts in an instant. Unfortunately, try as... Okay, so much for Zud. Unfortunately, try as you may, the cylinder will not budge. Recklessly, you search the room for a key. You find hundreds of them, although none seems to fit the cylinder's lock. Dejectedly, you depart to continue your mission, believing that nothing can save you from an evil fate. Evil fate. Unsure as to which way you should go, as we're walking along now with the cylinder in our body, you finally turn down a small passage and follow it towards a bend. At the corner ahead is a high triangular door, while just past the door, a large Perspex plaque. Wow. I am not familiar with the word Perspex.
Me neither.
Let me see what that means. It looks like it's a kind of material.
Okay.
Like it's made of acrylic. Let's see. Okay. That's interesting. At the, like clear plastic stuff. That's right. So at the corner ahead is a high triangular door, while just past the door, a large Perspex plaque is set on the passage floor. You will have to tread on the plaque if you wish to continue your journey along the passage. So, will you open the door or make your way along the passage?
Open the door, get on the floor, everybody walk the lines. Open the door.
All right, let's see.
Everybody walk
The dinosaur. I haven't thought of Walk the Dinosaur for a while either.
Well, you should open the door more often
Open the
then, Gregory.
Oh man, I got to think of the name of the guy, the band. It was like a number-based, like
Number-based.
or something. There was something weird about the band's name, and it was like their only hit that I remember anyway. I have to look at it. Anyway, while I'm thinking about that and perhaps looking it up, $vote_1 chat means that you will try the door. $vote_2 means you will avoid the door and make your way along the passage. So $vote_1 for door, $vote_2 for passage. Whilst I think about who did that song. Was Not Was. That's right. I thought there was something weird about the band name. Was Not Was. You got it. And well, that's true. You won't be able to read the plaque unless you go down the passageway. So that is something to think about, Triffid. If you want to read the passage, you'd have to walk down the passageway. 8675309. We got it. I'd have to say that I have the proud distinction of being possibly the only band that ever played 8675309, Whip It, and Fight the Power in the same the same set. Only my band could cover those three songs at once. You gotta fight the power that be, and then if there's something going wrong, you must whip it. Not two things you would expect. And then finally, 8675309.
I'm not sure I know that song.
Oh man. 8675309. I got it. I got it. I got the number on the wall. Jenny, I know that this comes through. It's basically about getting the digits, as the kids say.
Get to the dough.
Yep, exactly. Which song has one of the best lyrics? Fight the police, whip it, or 8675309. I read a story once about the person who had a couple people that had the number 8675309. Since this is also prior to area codes being required all the time, when there were fewer numbers basically being used. So
That's a weird thing I miss here in the Netherlands compared to Germany.
yeah,
The number plates on cars. Because, first of all, in some ways, it's just superior like that is that Germany has coats of arms on their number plates, and the Netherlands doesn't.
Okay.
It's like for every federal state has like their own coat of arms on it, but also that like every municipality, I guess, has their own code, so you can always tell by the code on the plate where roughly the person is from, which is not a thing in the Netherlands. Like everybody has just a random array of numbers and letters.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, like putting coats of arms of like federal states or provinces or whatever is apparently a thing that like in Europe only Germany, Austria, and Switzerland do, as far as I know.
Wow. I always really liked how cool the sorry, I just got a text from my child. 1 second. Okay, hold on a second. Beg your pardon. Bear with me, chat. Apologies. Okay.
I'll bear claw with you.
Claw of regret.
Yes.
There we go. And now I completely forgot what we were just talking about.
Numbers.
Yeah. Oh, the number plates. I always really thought that the license plates on the European cars. Generally, I find most things in Europe more interesting than American things. So license plates was one example of that, where I always just thought they looked really cool as opposed to our very square, ordinary, and then like dumb phrases like, you know, the land of Lincoln. Like, okay, great.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Exciting. Oh, not the digits song. I try to play my music. They say my music's too loud. I tried talking about it. I got the big runaround. And when I rolled the punches, I got knocked on the ground. Yeah. Well, Fight the Power is a big part of the movie Do the Right Thing. Spike Lee, which is an interesting movie.
Don't know it.
Yeah, it's a powerful movie. It's kind of obvious in some ways. It's not subtle, like we were talking about before the stream. But it's there's some very good aspects to it. Okay, right. So you have decided to make your way along the passage. As you step onto the plaque set in the floor, mysterious fiery letters arise from it. And I'm going to show you the letters in a minute. A voice translates "Central Vaults Ahead." You may wish to copy the letters on a piece of paper and remember the words as they may be useful later on. Then you continue along the passage. All right, chat, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you... Wait, what just happened? What did I do? Oh, I did the wrong... Okay, that's what I meant to do. I'm going to show you this, chat, okay? If someone wants to screenshot this, that would be cool. And I'm going to also take a picture of it. All right, so here we go. These are the letters. A voice translates "Central Vaults Ahead." So that's what it looks like. This reminds me a bit of Chants of Sennar, if you remember that from last year.
Sennar, yes. Sennar?
Sennar. Yep.
Sennar,
Have you played that?
Oh yeah, like last month, 2 months ago.
Great
I
game.
was smitten.
Yeah.
Awesome game. Definitely like the game for me, as they say.
Yeah, I streamed that last year. It's really, really good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right, there we go, chat. It was very satisfying in the same way that, for me, that the Return of the Obra Dinn is, which if you haven't played... Have you played? I have
not yet played it, but
great.
I've been planning.
Super great. So, and you've played Papers, Please, right?
No.
Oh, Tari, you would adore...
To be fair, that game seems really stressful.
No, it's honestly a little bit, but it's so... You would adore Papers, Please. You would really adore it.
I've seen people play it. I'm like, oh my god.
It's great.
It's
great.
I'm just gonna be so stressed out from this game.
Oh, to put it in the Discord? You could, Emily. I hadn't thought about that, I guess. I wasn't sure. I basically just want to make sure that someone has got it. I'm also going to take a picture of it just to make sure. But I want to make sure that... Whoops, too quiet. Sorry. There you go. It's better. I don't know when we're going to need it. I don't think so. I don't think so. I just want to make sure that we have it captured. So I'm going to take a picture here. Okay. That way I also have the page number just in case. All right, Central Vaults ahead, and we continue along the passage. All right, that's good. We want to go to the Central Vaults. The passage begins to descend gradually. I like, by the way, that your guy's starting to look like, is it Zoidberg?
What?
It's not Zoidberg, Squidward. What is the not Squidward either? There's a guy who looks a little bit like this, and I can't remember what the character's from. That you're putting together, but he looks like something, and I'm not remembering what the cartoon is. It's not Zoidberg. I don't remember what it
Are
is.
you
But
thinking of Zim? From Invader Zim, maybe? But that one doesn't really
no,
look
I don't.
like.
I don't think so. I can't remember. It reminds me of something. I don't know what. Okay. The passage begins to descend gradually, and you find yourself at the entrance to a vast, dark space, many miles wide and high. Ooh, that's a good one. I wasn't thinking about that, Emily, but Pinky and the Brain. No, not Undertale. Pinky and the Brain is a good one, but I was not thinking about that. What are we going to do today, Brain? Same thing we always do, Pinky. Take over the world. This is Vault 2. Within are scattered luminous, opaque tetrahedral prisms, but as you are not very close to any of them, it is difficult to tell their size. The only other source of light comes from there you go, imaginary. Comes from a grand manor house with a steepled clock tower some distance away. Will you approach the nearest prism or seek the comforts of the manor ahead? And I am going to put a save point here because our stamina is in dire shape. So $vote space 1 means we approach the nearest prism. $vote space 2 means we seek the comforts of the manor instead. Yeah, see, but I think I'm only remembering the name, Triffid, but it's probably not the one that actually looks like this guy. I know that Zoidberg is a name that's familiar to people, but I just don't remember that he's attached to that thing.
It doesn't look like Zoidberg at all. Zoidberg looks like a Cthulhu, basically.
Okay, so then that's not who I'm thinking about.
It's like tentacle mouth and everything.
Is there a
crab hands?
But is there a Futurama guy that I'm thinking about instead, maybe? I don't know. I don't know Futurama well enough to know.
I don't think so. Like the thing with Futurama is that it has a very distinct art style that like very much dictates what goes and doesn't go in terms of character design.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy wouldn't really fit in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does give a bit of Krang, I guess.
I must be. I don't think I'm remembering that. I don't know what it is. There's just something he looks like.
Well, to me, he just looks like he's straight out of Deponia, basically.
Yeah.
But,
no, that I see.
Probably not what you are thinking of.
No, it wasn't. That wasn't. There was something else. But anyway, I love. He's got a tool shirt. That's funny, Tori. It's good stuff.
Thank you.
Okay, $vote space 1 chat.
Because you know he's a mechanic, so.
No, of course, that's the total reason. $vote space 1 not liking a particular kind of music, nor is he suggesting something about himself. Totally.
Yes.
Will you approach the nearest prism? That's $vote space 1, or seek the comforts of the manor instead? That's $vote space 2. So,
to be fair, the tool shirt is because he does remind me a bit of my brother, who is a huge tool.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Like the face he makes is just like the same kind of face that my brother can sometimes make. So
that's funny. That's funny. He's student teaching for Cold today. Yeah. See what happens, Emily. I'm curious. If once you do ask, I'd be curious.
Which is weird because now there's like 2 characters so far in this book that resemble my brothers. So, like, one of them resembles one brother, the other one resembles the other brother.
I hope that this is not the one who resembles your brother, that this guy is not.
No, he does, but a different brother. Like, Skylord resembles my... the one on the cover. Sorry,
yeah.
I wasn't looking up. I was looking at the canvas, sorry.
No, that's okay. I was showing you this. I'm like, really? Does he look like the insane dolphin guy? Yeah.
I'm sure that my nephew at some point looked like this when he was hungry as a baby.
That's yes, I imagine. Babies can sometimes have that effect.
Yes.
Okay, so we're tied up, chat. We need one more vote. $vote space 1 or $vote space 2. $vote space 1 to approach the nearest prism. $vote space 2 to seek the comforts of the manor instead. All right, going once. Going twice. I don't think I last called it. And, all right. So, we're going to go and approach the nearest prism. The tetrahedron is made of glass and is about 6 feet high. It is floating a foot above a triangular black base plate upon the floor. There is a glass door in the prism's side. You may, here we have a couple choices. You may enter the prism by the door. Examine the base plate. Or approach the manor house instead. All right. What should we do, chat? $sign vote space 1, enter the prism by the door. $sign vote space 2, examine the base plate. $sign vote space 3, approach the manor house instead. What's it going to be? Get your votes in now. Let's see where we're going to go. All right.
Weirdly, this looks like accidentally like the art style that an old artist friend of mine draws in it. He always draws like little alien guys and stuff like that.
Okay.
Kind of looks like that on accident. As if he would have drawn that.
Are they always near machines or things like that, or ships, or just by themselves?
Well, he does draw a lot of spaceships and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
like flying saucers, that kind of jazz.
That's cool.
But also like the giant skull thing, giant cranium.
All right, last call. Going once. Going twice. And... all right, closed. We are going to approach the manor house instead. All right. You hear music coming from a room in the manor. It's this music, piano. No. So you creep to a window and peer inside. You see a strange purple-skinned man dressed in a white suit. He is sitting on a stool and daintily plucking the strings of an electric balalaika. Beside him, on a cushion, is a three-eyed black cat. Wonder how much this guy... wonder if there were any edibles in the area when he was writing this book. Your view is partly obscured by a window shutter, and so you hear, but do not see, a door open to one side of the room. From this, a gruff voice speaks. "We've looked everywhere, boss, but cannot find it." The purple-skinned man glances at the cat and then back to the door. "Send for Epicurean, then, and we'll soon know," he replies. The door slams shut. Now, actually, we've already approached the nearest tetrahedron, so we are going to approach the front entrance, is what that means. All right. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Right. So... right. You approach the door, wondering whether to knock or try to sneak in. You examine the door. Solid oak, bound with iron. It has an iron knocker fashioned like a lion. Suddenly it lunges forward and you narrowly dodge, having your finger bitten off. What? Okay.
Wait. So there's oaks in this universe?
Apparently.
And lions?
And
on
iron.
top of everything else?
And lions. Apparently so.
Oh, lions, yes, but not the iron. Like, I'm not surprised about the iron. That's an element, that's fair enough. But as far as like the what's it called, morphology of creatures is concerned.
Yes. Fashioned like a lion. It's true. Now the door springs open, and two brutes leap out, armed with revolvers, whipped, and spiked knuckle dusters. "Looks like a burglar to me," says one. A sneak he is, sneers the other. Let's teach him some respect. Okay. So, it's battle time against these characters. Now, the good news is we have much better skill than they do. Long-armed brute. With a skill of 7. Stamina of 10, though. And a toothless brute. With a skill of 6. And a stamina of 8. All right, so here we go. So we're going to start with... So, Triffid, I'm going to start with this this first guy who rolls a 16. We now have a skill, remember, of 10. So we need a 6 to tie and a 7 to beat. Yeah, exactly. When not crunching nuts. This person's rolling dice. Taking names. So yes, Triffid, if you would be so kind as to attack with the dice rolling. All right, a 17. There we go. Good start. Good start. Okay, now, I believe when you're fighting 2 at once... Let me just double check here. Oh, fight only the first listed. Oh, great. So we don't have to do the thing where you fight one and then the other. Perfect. Lovely. All right, that's what I like to see. So, next up, we have another 16. So, second verse, same as the first. Long-arm brute. This is a toothless brute. 18, outstanding. All right, we hit him again. I'll take it under advisement. Hit it again. Dice, I would like to stop rolling very high numbers. So far, I've rolled a 9, and a 10. Can we please stop? So we have a 17 here, Triffid. 17. $20. Outstanding. Triffid is equal to the task. All right, this time I rolled an 11. That's more like what I'm talking about. Okay, so you need to roll a 1 on 2 dice to tie, so I think we're all set. But you should still roll anyway, just to clear the number, as they say. About time I rolled more rationally. Is he wearing slippers?
Yes. He's comfortable.
That's good.
What kind of shoe wear would you wear if you would be piloting like a rackety robot?
Probably
thingy?
Crocs, right? Like, is there, or you know, the equivalent? Yes. Okay, so down to 2. All right, and now he's got a 12. Shooby-doo. All right, all we need is a 2 to tie, a 3 to beat, Triffid, and then we can deal with this toothless brute. Two to tie, 3 to beat this guy. 2 to tie, 3 to die, so to speak. $15, outstanding. All right, down goes the long-armed brute. Okay, that was a mistake.
That's what they call me, the long-armed brute.
Long-armed brute.
It's my my wrestling persona.
I was gonna say exactly who does call you that.
Oh my god, I'm so happy that they finally put like WWE stuff on Netflix, because I haven't been able to watch for years now.
Oh, they
and,
did put
now
it on
I'm
there?
getting back, yes,
That's
live
funny.
and everything. Well, I mean, I can't watch it live because that's fucking 2 a.m. here.
Right.
But you know, it's still good.
It's a start.
So,
That's funny.
Yes.
Toothless brute. Okay, so we rolled a 14. So now, Triffid, same deal, but this time you're fighting someone with a lower skill. So now it's up against the toothless brute. I guess he lost a skill because he has no teeth or something. So now it is... so now we are looking at a 14. So you need a 4 to tie. 5 to beat. You have T-Rex arms.
Stubby little armsies.
17, outstanding. All right. His next roll is a 9. All right, so you just need to roll a -1 on 2 dice to tie. So I think you're probably okay, Triffid, but let's roll anyway. Let's do it the right way. Let's be ethical and do things the right way. All right, a 20. Nice. Super overkill in that situation. Okay, this time I rolled a 15. Let's keep it up. So you just need a 5 to tie, a 6 to beat.
Don't know what I'm doing here.
I've
I'm
heard that
just, like,
before.
Drawing random lines, stuff.
And was that another? That was a 20. Outstanding. All right. And an 11. 11. Okay, go ahead and make the last roll here, Triffid. But that means I just want to say I'm gonna give Triffid some serious props here, in just a moment. Assuming that Triffid succeeds in this, although she can't actually fail now that I look at it, because she would have to get a -1 again. Which or she has to get a 1.
I've seen dice do that.
I mean, it feels like that sometimes, admittedly. All right, so we defeated with not a single hit. Well done, Triffid. Not a single hit was taken. Both of them were taken out. Okay. All right. Just as you dispatch the second brute, more outlandish creatures appear at the doorway. One 6-armed critter, oh man, that's 2 more arms than we have, with a baton in one hand and a net in another, snares you and beats you senseless. Deduct a point from your stamina. God, jeez. You are dragged bleeding into the house and left in a room alone for a while. Eventually, the 6-armed thing returns. Boss and Woderwick will see you now, it grunts. Better be on your best behavior if you know what's good for you. Well, damn it. You are dragged into the room you had first seen through the window, where the man in the white suit introduces himself as Woderwick. Perhaps you've heard... That's what I thought was the manner was comfortable. I agreed. Perhaps you've heard of me. Us, he says, glancing at the 3-eyed cat who has been silently examining you. Woderwick tells you that he and his cohorts are a band of liberal-minded entrepreneurs, meaning pirates, that you will be returned to your family shortly intact, mostly, after they have paid a modest transportation and accommodation fee, meaning a ransom. Where are you from? asks Woderwick. You do not tell him. Guards, take him below. They beat and bind you, and through a dim haze you are aware that you're being dragged into one of the tetrahedrons near the mansion. Then you black out. You ever get the impression, chat, that with this particular character, there's a lot of seat-of-the-pants stuff here? Like, what exactly was the plan? I'm just going to get there and hope that the biggest criminal in the universe just is like, hey, this way, like neon sign, eat at Joe's, like just come this way. I don't get it. Anyway, hours later, you awaken in a squalid brick cell. Your arms and legs are bound by steel cables and clamps to a low metal table. To one side, resting against the wall, are your weapons. On the other side are spiked seats, iron cages, and other unimaginable devices with cogs, screws, and pincers. You are in a torture chamber. Well, crap. A sniffing and a crankle of a sniffle and a clanking of chains makes you raise your head. Looking past your feet, you notice, chained against the wall, a weird creature with a huge onion-shaped head and 3 tentacles. It is wearing, believe it or not, a white coat and spectacles. I totally believe it. It literally says in the text, believe it or not. Its sparkly eyes are examining you. Its beaky mouth smiles faintly as it speaks. Good morning, stranger. This will be some day to remember, I can see that. You strike up a light-hearted conversation with the creature. Sure, I always like to talk to a tentacled onion head thing while I'm strapped down to a steel table in a torturer's room, while I also have a cylinder embedded in my chest with a creature that's trying to get to my heart.
That is some classic action movie comedy.
Yeah,
right?
No, that's
where you have like the obligatory torture scene, but then like everybody's like super deadbeat about it.
Yep. They're like, oh, I see how it is. Yeah, you're exactly right. That's very true. Even The Princess Bride-ish has
no,
this
absolutely.
moment,
That was like exactly what I was thinking about here.
Yes, absolutely. He is Dr. Strange Thing, of course he is, the owner of the manor house you entered earlier. He was captured and imprisoned by Woderwick and his master. I had a feeling the cat was the master. His master,
Yes.
Kogo, the three-eyed cat, a notoriously bad-tempered freebooter. Of course, says the doctor, Woderwick is only... Oh, sorry, wrong voice. Of course, says the doctor, Woderwick is only Kogo's mindless familiar, through which the cat may communicate more readily with the humanoids. Woderwick's words are therefore those telepathically implanted by his master. Still, muses the doctor, I believe there to be an imperfection in the transferal process, and that Waterwick should really be Roderick. Okay, so yes, ingesting edibles and having watched a whole lot of Monty Python leading up to this. Dr. Strange, Dr. Strange Thing tells you that he has been imprisoned for some days, beaten and tortured. I've invented a crystal, you see, that will enable a person to be transported almost anywhere instantaneously, if not sooner. Now they have it. Waterwick wears it on a chain around his neck, but they cannot use it. There's a cursor, you see, an arrow-shaped device which is needed to guide the crystal through space and time. Without it, the crystal is useless. I've hidden the cursor in my manor, but as yet neither Waterwick, Kogo, nor their underlings have been able to locate it. Okay? That could be very useful, that crystal. The doctor continued, Anyway, what of yourself? My guess is that you're to be ransomed back to your family, though you'll probably arrive dead. Or in pieces, anyway. At this instant, a squeaky voice can be heard from the other side of the door. A squeaky voice. Pieces enough, it's certain! The door is opened, and in steps a hideous, corpulent figure with a squared-off blue beard and its head shaved except for a tiny dyed green tuft on top. 2 large tusks protrude from its mouth. In one hand, it holds the cell keys. In the other, a wooden box filled to capacity with screws, metal knucklers, clubs, prods, probes, and other devices of torture. I am Epicurean the Inquisitive, but you may call me Sir. He struts over to you, puts down his box, and grabs your hair. Right. I'm curious. I have many questions. First, we'll have your name, your origin, and your intended destination. Then, he says, fingering a curved knife, we'll send your family some material proof of your detention. He pulls a chair up next to you and gropes for an implement in his box while thumping your chest with his mallet-like fist. If Zud's cylinder is embedded in your chest, oh man, please don't tell me he's going to break the cylinder. Epicurean the Torturer pounds his fist into your chest again. This time he notices the tube. What's this? Valuable, I'll bet. Well, I'll relieve it of you this instant. He pinches the cylinder's end with a pair of pliers and begins extracting it from your chest. Deduct 1 point from your stamina. Jesus. Eventually, with a forceful tug, the cylinder comes loose, oh that's good, flies up into the air and drops down again, plop, straight into Epicurean's back. Let's go! Of course, it immediately embeds itself in him. What devilish trick is this? He screams at you. Ah! Ah! He turns a somersault in anger. You can hear Nasha finally break his way out of the tube. Epicurean's end is mercifully swift. Nice! Let's go! When Nasha has finished its meal, it hops to the ground. Titanium, my favorite meal, it says. Wishing to take advantage of the situation, you say enticingly, Come over here then. I've got some nice titanium chains I'll allow you to partake of. This is hilarious. It does make you wonder. Very well.
It's a little silly, isn't it?
It's just a bit. Very well, I'll have them. Yes, they look quite juicy. Nasha chews through, and it is spelled exactly like that, as in gnashing of teeth. Gnasha. Nasha chews through all your bonds, then looks at you. I'm still hungry, and metal isn't all I eat. It licks its chops. Oh, no you don't, you reply, and kick it across the floor. It rebounds from the wall and lies, bruised and unconscious, on the ground. Ha ha! Let's go! It was worth it. You gather up your weapons and free Dr. Strange Thing. You're about to leave the cell when the doctor calls, One moment. I know the passage to the surface, but there are traps on the way. No one has ever escaped from these dungeons. Thinking for a moment, you search Epicurean's body. In a concealed pouch, you find a tattered vellum parchment. Now, it says if you wrote down the Perspex message earlier, you may now try to translate these runes. So, or these runes, not ruins, runes. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So, I don't know if anyone wants to take a stab at this. So, the original one, let me see if I can show. I think I have the picture of the original one that I took. Hold on a second. Okay. So, let me see if I can. Oh boy, this is going to be. Okay. So, here we go. Nope, not there. Oh. How about I do it this way? How about this? This makes much more sense. All right, so. I can't do it that way. I have to do it that way. All right. It's so much easier if I just had the text here. Okay, so here is, you see the letters on the left side of your screen? Hold on, I'm trying to find a way to hold this where I can do this and also show it. Okay. So there we go. So it says, a voice translates central vaults ahead. That's what it said over here on the left side, this part right there, right? So those are the letters for a central vault ahead. And then, I do need 2 more arms, it's a good point. And then over there is where the actual translation is. So now we need someone to take a whirl at translating it. So you see it says central voice vaults ahead. And then you can see the message on the right side. So let me know when you have this. Screenshot it, something like that. Can I have 10 minutes with it? Well, I mean, however long it takes us to go. Can you see this central vaults ahead? I think it may just be a simple like letter replacement thing. But do you have the picture though, Imaginary? Do you have the picture so I can put down the phone? Because that's the big thing. If I could put down the phone to make the rest of it easier. Okay. My arms were like, ah. Okay. So there is that. Okay, cool. This is very interesting. It's so weird. And, like, I think you're right, Tari, that the whole thing is designed to be all about, all about that humor. But it's so weird that it's, like, like, of course, you're in a torture chamber, and the only reason you escape is because Zood put this thing in your chest that the torturer took out, and it somehow landed in his back and killed him, and then, a lot of coincidences. Very Spaceballsy.
What to draw next?
So I'm thinking
3-eyed kitty cat. What was the other guy?
A purple skin. So the picture of it that I saw, it looks a little bit like, the Kingpin.
Yeah.
It looks like a regularly sized Kingpin with purple skin and his 3-eyed black cat.
A regular sized kingpin.
Like, yeah, I know, right? Well, actually, or like the Kingpin version that's in the Daredevil series, which, by the way, is coming out again on Disney.
No idea what he looks like.
Oh, okay. It's Vincent D'Onofrio is the one who plays that.
The one image I have currently is the one from Spider-Verse, which of course is very stylized.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. No, that's what I meant. I was trying to think of like a Just sort of a bald-headed goon guy. Oh, no, I got a better reference. He looks like Agent 42 or whatever it is. Not Agent 42, whatever his name is. The hit in Hitman,
47.
the series. 47, thank you. He looks like Agent 47, but purple skin and the three-eyed cat. So there's that. Or you could do this guy who is a onion with three tentacles called Doctor Strange thing wearing a doctor's coat.
No, I want to draw a kitty cat.
Okay. Three-eyed kitty cat. All right, do we have the picture now, do you think? What do we think, chat? Let's switch arms here. Vic from The Shield. Not familiar enough with the show to know. Heard many good things about it, but...
Why is everybody bald in this game?
It's a good question. It looks like... Oh, pretty good, Emily. So it looks like blue, something ran, and then order, and then era... I'm going to do this. Can I do this so I can give it some rest? I can't. So close. Oh, wait, what if I do this? And then I put this on top of that. Sorry, I know I'm moving it around. Sorry. I'm trying to find a way that isn't going to kill my arms. Order equals orange, green, blue. Ooh, really? That's what it says? Blue, orange, order. Green, blue. So wait, is it... So blue, orange, order, orange, green, blue. Oh, wow. Listen, this is why you're all the best. Good job to both Imaginary Exponent and Emily. You both successfully accomplished this at the same time. You may have saved the universe. We will find out. Good job, everyone. So wait, I'm going to put that down as a note. So blue, orange, order. Blue, orange, order. Orange, green, blue. Nice. Well done. Well done, both of you. Well done. Okay. Right. You may now follow Dr. Strange Thing through the passages. All right, let's follow our boy, Strange Thing. You enter a bowl-shaped chamber with an exit at the far side. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. You can, and continuing through the passages, sorry, which passes through to a passage on the, which moves through to a passage on the other side. Quick and careful, this way, yells Dr. Strange Thing as you follow him through the corridors into another room. The doctor points ahead. There's the way out, he says gleefully. You see a glass tetrahedron on the other side of the room. But observe the tiles on the floor in front of us. Orange, green, and blue circles and squares. Ooh, okay, there it is. And there's a diagram on the inside front cover. You must be careful. There's only one way across. The tiles change color as you step on them. Step on the wrong color and you will be obliterated. However, the tattered vellum parchment you've recently picked up may provide you with a clue. You step on the orange square tile C1, and I'm going to show you this in a minute, chat. And all the square-shaped tiles change color. Orange to blue, blue to green, green to orange. The circles, however, do not change color. Note that in the following ordeal, if you turn to a paragraph which does not make sense in context, then you have stepped on the wrong tile and have been killed. All right, so I'm going to show you this diagram, and then I'm going to see if I can find a picture of it. So here's the diagram. A lot of diagrams in this book. There's the diagram, and it looks like the helpful person who previously owned this, I guess from the Weymouth Group circulating stock, was last borrowed in January of 1992, apparently. Has provided this helpful
1992,
diagram.
huh? Do you want to know how old I was in that year?
Do I? How old were you, Tari?
I was 1 year old.
Yeah, see?
I was pooping into diapers at that age.
You'd had no idea that soon you would be doing this.
Correct.
Time is the fire in which
I think at
burn the
that
eager
age I
persistent.
wanted to become a pro wrestler. So
Really? In 1992, I was let's see, what was it, January 92? I was a sophomore in college.
January, I wasn't even a year old. See.
Yeah, I was a sophomore in college. January 1992. Sigh. All right, there we go, chat. So I'm showing you this. So there's the start side is up top, and there's the finish side. So right now, we just stepped on... Oh, shoot. I lost the page. I lost the page. Okay, wait. We stepped on... Okay, it was number 200. Okay, so B1, C2, or D1. All right. So B1, C2, or D1. So let me do it this way. Nope, I did it wrong. Hold on a second.
Well, he looks like he's from Full Throttle now. With his weird
Oh, yeah?
eyes.
Yeah, I've had to keep switching off of them because there's all these diagrams to show. Okay, so we stepped on C1, which I'll show you in a minute. Step on B1. Step on C2. Step on D1, question mark. All right, I'm going to put this up. We're on C1 to begin with, and you saw the blue-orange order is orange, green, blue. So you saw that. So with that, do we step on to? We're on C1 to begin with. So do we step on B1, C2, or D1? So we're on the red square in the middle there, C1. Do we step on B1, which is the blue circle, C2, which is the green square, or D1, which is the blue square? Yeah, I'm showing the diagram right now, I think. Oh, you need to look at the... Oh, the last one. Okay, well, give me a second. So there's that. Okay. Let me see if I can find that parchment. Okay, there's this. And there's this. And then there's this. Okay. I hate geometry. All right, here's the diagram again. Hi, what's up, nonstop? And yes, I know what you mean. Sorry, what? You talk about the ribbon and then the square and the circle. Are you talking about what do you mean by ribbon? Are you talking about that? What do you mean by ribbon? That one? Oh. First line says blue. Second line says orange. I assume that it means blue is a square and orange is circle. I assume that's what that means, like equals or something like that, right? Yeah, but I'm assuming it means equals because, I mean, I suppose it's possible don't ever go on those things, but it seems most likely logically that it would go blue equals, so that this middle word or middle set of symbols right there is an equals. Blue equals square, orange equals circle. Because I think the person up front basically colored it in for us, which, you know, that's nice of them. Well, B1 is a blue circle. C2 is a green square. D1 is a blue square. Oh, right. Yeah, that's a good call. So what it says is... all the square-shaped tiles change color. Orange to blue, blue to green, green to orange. The circles, however, do not change color. So when you step on the orange square tile C1, all of the square-shaped tiles change color. Orange to blue, blue to green, green to orange, but the circles do not change color. That's what it says. Oops, sorry. Beg your pardon. That's what I meant to show. And we are going to get back to Tari's amazing illustrations. It's just this is very diagram heavy. I think so. If you step on, so you need D1, so it changes to green. Ooh, boy. So it looks like, so the circles stay the same color. The squares change color. So this is something which would work better in a video game context. All right, what say you, chat? So $ vote space 1, we're on C1 right now. $ vote space 1 to step on B1. $ vote space 2 to step on C2. And $ vote space 3 to step on D1. And I'm going to also put a save point here because this is like way too complicated without being able to do it actually in paper. So this basically is just to try to keep our death count down because I put a save point here. Oops, sorry. Let's focus that in again. Thank you, camera. All right, so right now we have 2 votes. We have 2 votes for number 2 and 1 vote for number 3. And I hope the colors are not confusing, because after this, if it's going to keep changing each time, it's going to become really complicated with these colors. All right, going once, as we last call this. Going twice. All right, we're going to step on C2. You're immediately annihilated. No. Let's see. Actually, I don't know if we are. Step on C2 is 365. As you touch it, the candle figure screams out an annoyance. That, I think, Chad, is what we call, if you turn to a paragraph which does not make sense in context, you have stepped on the wrong tile and have been killed. So, death count equals 5. So, we know now that it is definitely not C2. So, I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to move this up here. So basically now, $ vote space 1 is D1, $ vote space 2 is D1. And again, I'm sorry about the confusing nature of the illustrations in terms of the color, because that may just be super confusing. No. None of this is easy. Okay. Let's see. Just looking to see if there was another puzzle for it, but there was not. All right, let me go back to what's supposed to be the star of the show, which is the art. Ah, yes, look at that.
Kitty catty.
Awesome. Okay, let's see. Going back, I'll walk it. All right, we're going to step on D1. Okay, so we are now on D1. So all square-shaped tiles change color again. Orange to green, green to blue, or blue to orange. So we are currently sitting on D1. I know.
You know, if you want me to just like draw whatever we are doing, like the whole diagram thing, that's also an option.
Can you do that? Like, is that gonna be?
I mean, yeah. Like, put up the thing again so I can take a screenshot.
Sure.
Yeah, so that I can take a screenshot. Blah blah blah. Oops. Now focus. Okie dokie.
We definitely solved it. It's just a matter of knowing what the colors are at any given moment. So like, so when it starts, so when it first starts, and yeah, we did solve it. So now D1 is green. Okay. So right. So it started with,
D1. Oh, I need to recolor them. I see. Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
So it started, and you might not need to yet. This one is orange, green, and blue circles and squares. Oh, wait a minute, actually.
I assume orange is red, or...
wait a minute.
Because that looks like red to me.
I actually think this may be... I think that's a color image. I thought this was colored in. I take that back. I think that actually is what it's supposed to start with. We don't need to vote if chat can talk through it. That's true. And I could just sort of do that quickly. That's a good call, Emily. So yes, okay, that actually is the legitimate colors to begin with. So when you step on, when we step on The first thing chat chose to do after they got through their whole death problem is they chose to step onto D1, which is the blue square. And when
that one turned green then?
And when they stepped onto that, it said all square-shaped tires changed color again. Orange went to green.
Oh, orange went to green, which is red, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
This is green now. This is
And
green.
just the squares. The circles don't change. It's the squares.
This
green.
All the squares or just the orange squares?
Just the orange ones. The green squares went to blue.
Yes.
This actually fits this music very well. It's like this very like Telos Principle-y type music. Green to blue. And then all the blue squares turn to orange or red or whatever that is.
Yes.
Which I think there's only 3 of those.
All the blue squares turned orange.
Yes, and let me go back to this, because that's super helpful. Thank you. It's much better than my holding the diagram in front of the screen.
I think we had that also like years ago with some kind of maps that we needed to navigate.
Yes, and I think it was very helpful. Okay, so we are standing right now on tile D1. Are you able to make a little little note of that? So we're on the orange D1 right now. So now the question is,
orange D1.
It gives 2 choices, chat. Do you want to stand on... Do you want to build a snowman? No. $sign vote space 1 means we step onto tile E1. $vote space 2 means we step onto tile D2. So we're either stepping on a green square, E1, or a green circle, D2. E1? Yeah, so just go ahead and get the vote in just so we have it. So $sign vote space 1 is E1. Oh, you're saying we don't need to vote because we could just talk through it. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let me leave the vote out. Let me leave the vote out for now. I think you're right because that's going to slow us down too much. All right, so E1, E1. Is everyone in agreement on E1? Emily, an imaginary E1, they said. Is everyone in agreement on that? Chad is just marveling at them now. Okay, and Prince Justin agrees.
Yes.
So let's say E1. Okay, so going to
Just
E1
what?
means... if you step onto tile E1, it says, quickly you cut a spindly root from the tree and form it into a crude lasso, which means that can't be right. It means that's not right then. I guess that's not right.
Can you show me the diagram and the thingy again? Not the diagram, the text and the cipher again.
Oh, sure. The cipher?
Because then I'm also going to put that on screen.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on a second. I have to find it. There it is. Yeah. We're doing the best we can with this setup. Okay, so there's the cipher.
Focus there. Okay.
Got that? Okay.
I do
so
have that, yes. And the text?
Oh, and the text is, well, that according to they have that in chat. According to them, I'll mention the changing rules. So there we have. Let me back up here. Hold on, there's a lot of back and forth about this stuff with here. Okay, so blue, so I think what it is blue equals square, orange equals circle. And then the bottom of that part is, let me see if I can find it. Order equals orange, green, blue. So again, it is blue equals square, orange equals circle, and order equals orange dash green dash blue. That's the text. Yeah, what imaginary exponent put in chat?
How do you get from 3 letters an equal?
Oh, well, it's not equals. I just think that because we can't figure out what those things are. So my assumption is that it's not going to say blue is not square or orange is not circle. So my guess is that it's just, is the equivalent of, or, that sort of thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it. That's correct. Emily's right. I am assuming it. They don't know what that actually means. So it could mean something else, I guess. But unfortunately, I don't think we have any.
So what were the other words?
The one on the bottom, the bottom line is orange. Sorry, on the left, order.
Order.
Yep. And then orange dash green. Yeah, this is super helpful. So yeah, they're right. It's a 3-letter word. That thing in the middle, the whole ribbon thing.
This one? Oh, like order.
Like colon.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. It's an actual colon. It's not its own sign.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly, which is a little weird, but yeah.
Okay.
So we got blue and then green, and then underneath that is orange. So the question is what that ribbon, what Emily referred to as a ribbon, that sort of half-completed ampersand, and then the that middle 3 letters, what that is. We don't know what that is. So blue something square, orange something circle, but it's the same something. And then the order, orange dash green dash blue.
Okay.
So yeah, so maybe if we start from the beginning of this again. So the choices originally were, do we step, so to begin with, let's start from the beginning. Do we step on B1, or sorry, we originally step on C1. It says you step on it, and then that changes it immediately. So when you step on C1, then the square-shaped tiles, this is what Emily was saying, I think, about not knowing, changes to, nope, that's different though this time. When you first step onto the orange square, it changes color. This is my fault, chat. I just figured out what we did because I was showing you the diagram, I think, before you step onto the square. So when you step onto C1, the orange-shaped, square-shaped tiles change to blue. The blue square-shaped tiles change to green. And the green square-shaped tiles change to orange. So that's my bad.
So orange turns blue, you say, yeah?
Correct. That's why this was off. Because I didn't realize that was before you step on anything. Okay, no. It's not changes before you step on it. The minute you step on it, it changes. But what I was showing you was the diagram before you stepped onto the square. So once you step on the square, it then changes. So you step onto C1. Yeah, exactly, Emily. Yeah.
So green turns what?
And again, just the squares. Blue turns to green. Green turns to orange.
Green turns to orange. Huh?
Yeah. Orange to blue. Blue to green, green to orange. So now the question.
Check. So red turns blue.
Yep.
Green turns orange, and blue turns green.
Yeah, awesome. This is so good. This is so good, Tari. All right. Now, will you now step on, chat, B1, that's the blue circle to the left. C2, that is the red square to the south, or D1 is the green square over to the right. And Emily says D1 because green. We also did D1 last time and it didn't kill us, so that's good. No, that's good, Sot. So are we looking at D1? Is everyone in agreement? D1? D1. It's a complicated puzzle for a game book. A black and white game book except for the one color edition. I wonder how much it costs them to add the extra color.
So we are on B1 now, right?
So we're on C1 and we're going to, it looks like D1.
D1.
Yes. And then when you stand on D1, it then changes where orange square tiles now change to green.
Yes.
And green changes to blue. So I guess, I don't know how you want to do that. Yep. And blue changes to orange. Yeah. Now it says, do you step on to E1 or D2? So the red square or the green circle? Yeah, and the circles are staying the same each time, chat, so we know. It's just the squares that are changing. God, if I had tried to solve this when I was like 14, it would have destroyed my mind. Thought number 3 needed to be blue. Well. I don't know. Orange, green, blue. So if green's going to blue, E2 isn't an option. Yeah. It's either tile E1, which is red, or orange, I should say, or tile D2, which is green.
But a circle.
But a circle. No, that's not an option, Imaginary. I mean, one thing I can say for sure, well, here's the thing is, because just to move this along a little bit, we already know that E1 does not work. I mean, was it E1 doesn't work? Yeah, E1 doesn't work. So it has to be tile D2. So maybe this will help figure things out for us. So when we go to D2, so go ahead and put us in D2, please, Tari. When we go to D2, which is the green circle.
Yep.
Now all circle-shaped tiles change color.
Yes.
So orange circles go to green. Green circles go to blue.
And blue to red.
And blue goes to orange, right, or red. Okay. So now it gives us 3 choices. We can go to E2, which is the blue square to the right. We can go to D3, which is the red circle right below us. Or we can go to C2, which is the green square to the left.
The green square.
The green square. Mowage. Wav. Twoo wav. The best part of it is the setup for it. The fact that he just like leads it and then he's like, that dweeb within a dweeb. All right. So tile E2 is a blue square, or it says we could go to D3, which is an orange circle, or it says we could go to tile C2, which is a green square. You think orange D3? So right now we're standing on the blue circle. Looks orange, green, blue, orange, green, blue. Yes. So you're saying that you want to keep going Basically what you're saying, Emily, is you want to keep going from in the order of the colors. So that means that since we're sitting on a blue, your theory is we go to an orange. The only thing I don't know is, are we going to something which is going to turn the color once we get there? So if we were to go, for example, to E2, right? If we go to E2, that blue would turn to orange, which is where we'd want to go next, right? The question is whether we do that or whether we go to one that's orange right now. But my guess is, again, this is just a guess, because it changes color while you're still standing on it, my guess is, like, when you walk to the next one, it changes color. I would say you want to end up standing on the color you want to be on, if that makes sense, rather than going to a color that's going to change. So if we want to go to orange next, then it sounds like we would want to go to E2, I would think, right? If I'm understanding what we're doing. Yeah, I mean, it's a guess, Emily. I don't know. It's a total guess. None of y'all thought we were going to be working our brains this hard with Skylord. I don't know what we would have done, honestly, Tari, if you weren't here to help with that. Like, it would have been a nightmare. I would have been like, wait, let me
died
draw.
horribly.
Yes, over and over again. We would have brute forced this thing. All right, so it looks like maybe E2 if chat is okay with my theory about what I'm saying. I don't know if that's right, but... So assuming chat's okay with that. Chat and that. Let's move. Okay, so let's do that. Right, exactly. We still don't know that. I agree. All right, let's go over to E2 then. And so if we go to E2, it says all, okay, well, we didn't die immediately, so that's a good sign. All these square tiled tiles change color. Orange goes to green, just the square shaped.
Yeah. Orange goes to green.
Green goes to blue. And blue goes to orange. Ooh, it switched me right into Secret Evermore. That's fine. Okay. Now it says you have no option but to step on tile your run and leap idea. That's not a terrible idea either. Right? In a D&D game, I would totally be like, yes, please do that. Okay, you have no option now but to step on tile E3. Before you do that, let me just double check. Because orange goes to... Oh, right, because that... Okay. So this is a good clue. So if we go to the blue circle, it's going to change to orange, right? So it says you have no option but to step on tile E3. So because it says we have no option, that means that we're right. It is what it changes to that matters. So once we step on that, it says the circles change color. So we go to E3, just tells us to go to E3. Then the circles change color. Orange goes to green, just the circles.
Yes, I know that part.
Green goes to blue. And blue goes to orange. Me either. I'm extremely impressed. Not that I'm not always impressed with Tari, but still. Okay. So now the question is, it asks, do we step on tile E4, which is the orange circle currently to the south, or tile D3? Now, if we're right about this, if we stand on... We're on orange now, so we want to go to green, which I think means we want to go south. I would think we'd want to go to E4, right, chat? Because if we go to E4, orange changes to green, which is the right order. So we would want to do E4 as opposed to the one to the left, which is blue, and that's probably wrong.
What? The one to the left is green.
Left is green, but it's going to change to blue. So, because we want it to be what we end up on after it changes color. So when we step on that circle to the south, it's orange right now. It's going to change to green, which is the order we want, because you go from orange to green always. So I think, yeah, everyone is in agreement, E4. If this is wrong, then I don't know what the hell.
The
God damn it. It's not right. It says the electrodes of both ships become a... This puzzle, something is broken desperately about this puzzle.
Okay, then we go to D3. So that's the other option.
Yeah, that's the other option, I know, but it's just bizarre. Okay. So weird. Okay, all the circles change color. Orange goes to green. Maybe the circles you do what it is now, but the squares you do what it's going to become. I don't know. Bizarre. Green to blue. Circle green to blue. And blue goes to orange. Okay, so now it says C3 or D4. So the orange square right now or D4 is the blue square. Now I have no idea. I mean, I don't know. I thought I had it understood, and I clearly don't. Lethal dose of math. Right. So what do we think, chat? C3, which is the orange square to the left, or D4, which is the blue square to our south. It is kind of a coin flip because I don't really know what's going on. Yeah, I agree. D4, imagine the exponent. Hey, listen, as good as another. Unless anyone has an objection, we can go down to D4.
Well, we can just revert if it doesn't.
That exactly. Yeah.
So D4, what happens?
D4. Okay. When we go to D4, cross your fingers. Yes. Okay. It looks like it worked. All the squares change color. Orange to green.
Yes.
It's fair, imaginary. Green to blue. And blue to orange. Okay. Now it says, will you step on tile C4, which is the orange circle to the left, tile E4 and then E5, so green circle and then to blue circle, which will have changed by then. So like, it says tile E4 then E5, so it would be blue circle, green circle to the right and then down to the blue circle, or tile D5, which is just the green circle directly below. So tile C4, currently an orange circle to the left. E4, then E5. That's green circle, then down to the blue circle, which will have changed to something else by then. Or tile D5, which is just this circle right below us. C4 because it cannot be that easy, you're saying? Imaginary? All right, so we have C4 as a guess from imaginary. Anyone else? I think we basically lost count. I don't know whether I want to add this to the death count, like 7 or 8. C4. Okay. All right. Looks like we're aiming for C4.
Well, that caused an explosion, so...
C4 is a no. C4 does not work. So that leaves us E4 and E5 or tile D5. I think this puzzle is a little half-baked. It's not quite... I mean, how they could not have expected most people playing this game were going to have a professional cartoonist alongside. Let me just recruit TariToons. She'll help. When she was 1 year old in 1992. Hey, what's up, Fena Zabavka? All right, so it looks like, so it's not C4. So it looks like we're looking at either D5. Let's just pick one to speed this along. Let's say D5. It says, welcome back, Penguin Souls. It says, you made it! Haha! Thank God. That's a puzzle that sounds cooler in concept than execution. Thank you, Tari, and the amazing work from chat. You made it. You step off the tiles which revert to their original color pattern, and Dr. Strange Thing follows your path across. Then you... It's interesting. I wonder what the hell our path was. Then you both enter the glass prism and are whisked away to the surface and find yourself close to the manor house. Dr. Strange Thing now points a tentacle at the clock tower's face. There's the cursor, he says, disguised as one of the clock hands. Ingenious, yes? The tower is smooth black granite, but the doctor, employing the suckers on his 3 tentacle legs, begins to climb while you stand guard at its base. I'm just going to make our death count 8. I think it's about like that. Okay. After perhaps a quarter of an hour, the doctor reaches the clock face and begins to prise one of the hands loose. At this moment, 2 brutes suddenly appear around a corner. You may dive to the ground and laser them, leap at them with your laser sword on maximum power, or, if you have any, hurl a flask of acid at them. Now, I want to make one note about the flask of acid. I mentioned before about that we had a flask of acid, but actually, according to the way that the book is written, there are flasks of acid in Zud's laboratory, so we still have that flask of acid. The one that we had to begin with, we still have one of those left over. So I'm just letting you know, because I think that's potentially pretty cool. So, dive to the ground and laser them. Leap at them with laser sword at maximum power. Or hurl a flask of acid at them. I'm also thinking that, you know, since we have 2 stamina still, and we found like 0 healing here, we probably want to avoid...
0 stamina at this point. I'm EP.
Oh, okay. You are very EP.
Most EP.
Okay, so we have hurl a flask of acid. Well, that's okay, because we're going to be closing up shop in about 15, 20 minutes anyway. We got to be... I have a feeling like we're going to be one of those deals where we'll start and... Let's see. How much of this do we have left? Just taking a quick look-see to see. Yeah. Okay. All right, we're going to close this down because of hurling a flask of acid. Okay, so there is a squeal as the brutes are splashed with the acid and hop away in pain. Let's go. We've used up the flask, but we got rid of the brutes without taking stamina damage, which was what I was hoping would be the case because we are in big trouble as far as stamina is concerned. Dr. Strange Thing throws down the arrow-shaped hour hand. Quick, run! Before you have time to move a muscle, Waterwick and Kogo have arrived in a bubble car, attracted by the commotion. Ah, says Waterwick delightedly. We never thought to examine the clock. Now the cursor is ours. Waterwick aims a conical device at you. From it fly many rainbow-colored strings which envelop you and knock you to the ground. The doctor looks on helplessly from the clock tower as Waterwick and Kogo saunter up to you and pick up the hour hand. We'll dispose of you soon enough, says Waterwick. But first for a spot of burglary. Waterwick takes a crystal from around his neck. It expands and forms a lightly glowing ball around both man and cat. Now go, commands Waterwick, pointing the arrow slightly up and left. The pair vanish. Suddenly there is a loud scream from where they were standing, trailing off slowly to silence. The crystal reappears on the ground, but neither Waterwick, Kogo, nor the arrow return. Okay. Dr. Strange Thing cackles from above and slides down the tower with a minute hand wrapped firmly in his tentacles. This is the real cursor, he explains. Waterwick and Kogo are now lost, who knows where and when. It is unlikely that they will ever return. Yeah, let's go. We got rid of bald guy and weird three-eyed cat. He says this with knowing finality. He picks up the crystal and you both enter the manor. After a rest and a delightful cup of tea, you may restore 3 stamina points. Hey, we're back into yellows. Let's go. That cat was not a poor cat. He was the real mastermind. Not too close, you understand. There are sensors and defenses down there which will detect the crystal and its users, and then we would be in trouble. Perhaps I'll take you to Vault 5 near the Dome of Marbles. Marbles. The Marble Dome. The Dome of Marvels. You can find your own way from there. He laughs. The crystal expands, the cursor is directed, and you are transported. You feel giddy and close your eyes. When you open them, you find yourself standing alone in a cylindrical tube, 10 feet high and 4 feet wide. As you study it, touching its walls, the transmat cylinder gently revolves, revealing a thin rectangular opening. Stepping through, you alight upon a long-spanned causeway located several miles above the floor of an immense ovoid chamber. Around you, in midair, elegant diamond, snowflake, and cuboid lanterns drift lazily past, mingling rich tinctures of ochre, magenta, and puce.
Tinctures, you say?
Yeah. Right?
Ochre is not a tincture.
That's what it says. Tinctures of ochre. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, it's true.
Heraldry.
It's slender canals and rainbow rivers with fine bridges of shining metal leap through spaces, straining between horizons. Deserted manors, museums, libraries, and temples of fanciful design adjoin causeways or hover amidst spectacular floating gardens, wondrous sculptures, and sparkling holograms. That's true. We've been fighting marble domes. That's exactly Trivid. You've entered Vault 5, the principal domicile of Old Arok. Radiation levels here are still quite high. Miles away to the northwest, you discern the colorful Dome of Marvels, its base veiled in mist. The planet's defense center is installed in Vault 6, directly beneath the dome. Unfortunately, your causeway runs southwest to northeast, passing high to the right of your target. You deliberate for some time before setting off. Will you, this isn't going to be the last vote, but maybe second to last vote here. A ChatGPT could produce something very similar. I was just talking about ChatGPT earlier today, Imaginary, actually. Will you march along the causeway?
Talking about how much it sucks.
You got it. You got it. Will you march along the causeway northeast or southwest? So, let me see. We'll clear this. So, $vote space 1 chat means that you walk along the causeway northeast. $vote space 2 means you go southwest. And remember, we're trying to get to the Dome of Marvels, which is underneath it is Vault 6. That's where the defense center is. The Dome of Marvels is to the northwest, but we are on a passageway going from southwest to northeast. So given that, are we going to go northeast? That's $vote space 1. Or are we going to go southwest? That's $vote space 2. I hope I explained that in a reasonably clear manner. Oh, yeah, I'm with you, Imaginary. It's the problem is, see, here's the thing. This reminds me of, this is very Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, right? And the reason that song is actually about LSD, and I don't care what it is the Beatles say, that's 100% what it is.
Well, it might be a different drug. Just saying.
Yeah, sure. They're like, no, it's really Lucy. I'm like, uh-huh. The reason that it's about the reason that there's a thing about that, it's very much like Coleridge's Kubla Khan as well, right? And Kubla Khan is this really awesome, very imaginative poem, which makes no sense, right? And the Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds makes even less sense. And this also makes no sense. It's gorgeous prose, right? I mean, it's very, very shouldn't say gorgeous. It's very descriptive prose. But what the hell is it doing? Like, where are we going? It's just it's like random space things with stuff that's put together. So it's fun. But it's not the kind of thing you'd think about because your end result is you just be like, that was weird. Like, if someone has to be on drugs to find your stuff worthwhile, it doesn't mean that the drug is the thing that did it. The drug rather is it's not the art that did it, right? It's the drug that did it. So it's possible his daughter drew the picture. They thought it was hilarious. That's true. That's true. Well, it definitely doesn't take itself seriously, which is fine. is giving a chance to listen to more secretive or more awesome music. All right. Last call. Waiting for it, waiting for it. Okay. We are going to go southwest, as in accordance with chat's prophecy. Okay, we'll have like about another 5 minutes, and then I will let Tari show her amazing drawings today and let her go. Okay, for several hours, you follow the causeway, beyond esplanades, nice, overlooking oceans of space, past apartments with crystal walls and ivory colonnades, over streams of liquid gold. Lucy in the sky with diamonds, no. During all this time, colorful lanterns ascend towards the roof, changing hue and casting smaller dark shadows across your way. Midday approaches. Pausing for refreshment, you review your position. The dome is now about 10 miles to your north, somewhat closer than before, but, with your own path continuing southwest beyond sight, no more accessible. You sigh, and deciding to return northeast, turn your back on the dome. Nearby, upon a huge glass pontoon, golden chrysanthemums, white stardews, and crimson thunderheads bloom upon the banks of a sweetly smelling lake. How odd! Only now do you perceive the significance of the immaculate gardens and terraces you have been passing all morning. They have all been tended by someone. Or something. Doo doo doo. Sense sharpened by this thought, you suddenly detect a movement among the willow reeds. A bright yellow eye unexpectedly appears. Almost simultaneously, a voice screams, "Drop your weapons, forearms, or you're charcoal!" Will you relinquish your weapons, or will you dive for cover firing your laser? So $vote space 1 means you will relinquish your weapons. $vote space 2 means we will dive for color firing our laser. Seem to have a beat on us. Why does everyone call us forearms in this universe?
But everybody's racist.
Everyone's a little bit racist, okay. All right. They have a beat on us, chat. We're going to relinquish our weapons or dive for cover. Dive for cover on what? On top of a big open archway thing? Passageway? Do, 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 do. It's a gardener. They didn't expect us. Why would we try shooting them? Yeah, we might be. You think? I mean, it's possible we're shooting the gardener. It's conceivable. I mean, a bigoted gardener, but if he said, like, you know, if the people were like, "Drop your weapons, Skylord. Drop your weapons, awesome sauce." You know, something like that. Drop your weapons, kick ass. Instead of drop your weapons, forearms. The book said the gardens were tended. That's true. Yes, it did. I'm going to last call this. Okay, going once. Going twice. All right. We have decided to fire away, dive for cover, firing your laser. There's a loud blast from the reeds, and you were hit by molten steel, glass, and plastic. Deduct 2 points from your stamina. Well, crap. With no other choice, you surrender. Lovely. All right, and this will be the last statement of the book today. Well, as it turns out, we're actually going to find out right here. So we took the stamina, but we ended up in the same place. Wriggling through the reeds is an exotic striped thing with a slug's head and torso, 2 stumpy forearms, leathery flukes, and fins. It examines you in a somewhat pernickety manner, ooh, nice, while menacing you with a multi-barreled blunderbuss. Eventually, it grins toothily.
So, you're a real then. Sorry, but one must be careful nowadays. Oh, for the good old days.
The beast returns your weapons and strikes up a conversation. Apparently, it was manufactured by Elbastan when he first arrived on Arak.
Many weird things came out of his tubs in the early days,
the creature reminisces.
I had good friends among them. We were just part of his grand experiment, of course. Small steps towards the discovery of his perfect life form. But I was a failure. He said I was too sensitive and cared too much for the trees and shrubs. Gamebook the snail, he called me.
It snickers.
Please call me Sam.
One day, Sam accidentally overheard a conversation between Elbastan and a servant.
When I heard that I was to be returned to the pot, I decided to escape. So here I am, though not out of trouble yet, I may add.
Sam pauses abruptly, rubs his stalked eyes, then chooses his words carefully.
You seem a generous soul to me. Perhaps you would be kind enough to help me out of, a minor predicament?
Has Sam been telling you the truth? Should we help him or not? And this will be our last vote of the day, chat, our last thing of the day that we're doing. $ vote space 1, yes, we should help him. $ vote space 2, no, we should not. Yeah, shooting him didn't go great, that's true. Sam the snail. $ vote space 1, we help Sam the snail. $ vote space 2, we do not help Sam the snail. He's got to understand our level of paranoia. I mean, no kidding. Like, our level of paranoia in terms of even if there's, like, this is even reality. All right, I'm going to last call this.
Sorry about shooting you. My bad.
All right, going once. Going twice. All right. So we are going to help him, which means when we start next time, we will be here at 144. Let's see. So it's going to be 144. Okay. And according to him, he says, I'm just going to read this first sentence.
Wonderful, Sam exclaims. You see, Elbastan sent a diabolical creature, a Canberran Moggs monster, to kill me. It would have got me soon too, but for your generous offer of help.
Which means the next time that we play, we're going to have to deal with this Canberran Moggs monster. Now I can definitively say that next time will absolutely be the last session of Skylord, but this has taken much longer than I thought because puzzles and weirdness, which I was not expecting. My goodness. All right, well, Tari, this was great stuff as always. Do you want to show us what we did today in the illustration front?
Yes. Well, not that much.
Yeah, well, we got a little sidetracked by a diagram coloring too.
So this was a warm-up?
Yes, I love it.
Yes.
Looking back over the shoulder with one arm, like in prayer but ready to shoot.
Yeah, this guy took a while. It's all the details.
Oh my God. Yeah, he was great. That was probably my favorite from today, I would say.
Thank you.
He was pretty awesome.
Yes, and then our kitty cat.
And then this one. Yep, very cute kitty cat for the 3 eyes, and then his one that he uses as his mouthpiece. Emily said, "Can you draw our snail friend next time?"
If you remind me, probably.
Yes. We could probably do a description of Sam the snail as we try to kill this monster for him. I like Sam. I think like Sam deserves, some help one way or the other. Well, this was a lot of fun as always. We will try to wrap this up. We will definitely wrap it up one way or the other next month with our next Fighting Fantasy Gamebook illustration stream. And next Tuesday, I forgot, next Tuesday is the Patreon Field Game of the Month. So don't forget, next game we have to do that. Yeah, I don't remember it. I'm confusing it from something else, Emily. Thanks for asking, Gwen, anyway. Okay, so yeah, I forgot, chat, while I am saying goodbye to Tari here, don't forget to get this in because I'm going to be playing this next Tuesday. So, Tari, great stuff today. Where will the lovely folks, first of all, chat, can we get some love for Tari? And where will the folks see you next, Tari?
Well, next month on another Tuesday. And other than that, you guys can find me on Tumblr and on Blue Sky and on Kara. At TariToons, where I post my art and sometimes my thonks, my thoughts. Thonk. Thonk. So yeah, go follow me there. Go check out my shop. Consider maybe hitting me up for a commission.
Totally.
And yeah, I guess I'll see you next time. Don't forget to punch a Nazi in the meantime. That's my request
in the meantime,
for you.
yes, it's a
And
good
like,
recipe.
I don't mean that like as haha punching and no, I actually genuinely mean that. Like especially if you find yourself in a position of some form of privilege, it's your responsibility to use that privilege in whatever way you can. And if that like means speaking up at your workplace, speaking up at school, if you like see anything happen that shouldn't be happening, stepping up for those who need it.
Yep. Totally agree.
Just like outwardly like really signaling that like, hey, we don't tolerate Nazi bullshit around here.
Yep.
That's like really important. Just
totally agree. Not to normalize
actively creating that atmosphere.
Yep.
Is so fucking important. So yeah, do that.
Yep. I agree. Do not normalize fascism. 100% agree. Yep. Totally agree. Thank you, Tari. Good stuff today, and we'll see you back here next month.
Thank you for having me. See you around.
Bye. Thanks, Tari. Sleep well. Talk soon.
Bye.
All right. So, good stuff as always from Tari, and yes, I could not agree more on all of that point. Okay, so there we go. But before we wrap up for today on this channel, remember, I'm going to be over at GogCom's Twitch channel in just about a little over an hour, actually, because we start at 4:15. So a little bit over an hour I will be over there. But before that, we need to figure out what we're doing for the next game. So as of right now, that poll that you saw is the game I'm going to be playing next week. And it is a choice between Across the Obelisk, Expeditions Rome, and Neva. And right now, Neva is leading 5-4 to 2. So Neva has got a 1-vote lead across the Obelisk and has got a 3-vote lead on Expeditions Rome. So now's your chance to get in the schedule, chat, to get in your vote, rather, to see what's on the schedule, because I'll be playing that next Tuesday. I'm going back to school this Thursday, actually. And it's been a good break. Despite sort of, worldwide concerns about various things. It has been a good break. But now we have obviously a lot of things to consider in terms of, I've got a lot of stuff going on in terms of various projects and things like that that I'm working on. A couple that I'm very excited to announce soon, some channel related, 1 or 2 writing related. So I'm going to be able to talk about that shortly, I hope, knock on wood. But in the meantime, we're getting back to school on Thursday for what is going to be a busy January, February, March, really just a busy semester leading up until May. And then I would say conference season, except 2 of my conferences that I'm going to this year, Farpoint and Boscone, are next month. So it's going to be that followed by more busy schedule down the line. So, okay, so last chance here, chat. Last chance on this next game. Going once, going twice, All right. So there it is. So the next game of the month is Neva, or Neva. I'm going to have to figure out how to pronounce that properly, which I've heard good things about. What if it actually shows me how to pronounce it? Yeah, puzzle platform game doesn't help me. And it's published by Devolver. Interesting. I didn't know that, actually. That they're only the publishers, though, not the developers. Moving tale of a young woman and her lifelong bond with a magnificent wolf. As they travel across 4 seasons in a world corrupted by darkness. Man, if I lose the wolf, I'm going to be upset. I'm telling you right now. If this thing leads to the wolf getting hurt, I'm just going to be like, you know what? I better not be losing a wolf. That's all I got to say. But anyway, this was great fun today. I'm going to be over, as I say, playing D&D with By the Dice Roll. We have 4 of the 5 today, playing Ghosts of Saltmarsh, and they've got a lot to worry about, so I hope you will stick around and check that out. Otherwise, I will be back on this channel Thursday evening, where I will be playing more Caves of Kood, and that we got a little bit lost again. I feel like every session of Caves of Kood has been the same. Play a little bit, get super lost, then figure things out, and get back on track. And so it's been really fun. I'm excited to play more of it, and that will be happening on Thursday. And then Saturday, we have Expedition from the Mysterious Peaks. So you'll definitely want to stop by for that, because that campaign is going to get crazy. There's a lot of cool stuff happening with Expedition, which you will see when you join us next time. But for today, I want to thank everyone who made this an awesome stream. If you like what you saw and heard, please follow the channel. Exactly. Hashtag does the wolf die? It's like next to can you pet the cat or can you pet the dog? And then secondly, does the wolf die? Because, you know. So, hashtag, if you have not done so already, not hashtag, exclamation point, I should say, ArvTube, to subscribe to me over on YouTube. Please do that, because it is free for you to do that, but really helps out our algorithm. Thank you for watching me over on YouTube if you did that today. Discord is exclamation point ArvCord, where you can hang out with the Arvanauts in between streams. Twitch is Twitter, I should say, is exclamation point ArvTweets. Where you can follow me for the present until I leave there for bluer skies. See what I did there? Exclamation point Blue Sky. That's exclamation point Arv Sky, where I'm going to do a lot of my social media stuff now. So you can definitely follow me over there. And the website for this, arvanelleron.com. Don't forget to check Hearthglow, our limited run actual play podcast, which will be coming to a conclusion in March with a live event at Sacred Heart University. So mark your calendars for that. I will be letting people know the specific dates and ticket details and so forth next month. And then also check out Gen GMs, which is my DM and GM tip show that I do with one Mr. Zach Clay. Definitely check that out as well. Again, arvanelleron.com. Financially, exclamation point Arv Shop. That's the merchandise area where you can get cool swag for the channel and cool stuff for you as well. And support the channel while you're doing it. Exclamation point Arv Treon is that Patreon right over there. Still trying to push to get that up to triple digits again. That really is the financial backbone of the channel. Could really use that support there and on the subscription level, because we've got a lot of things. I've added a social media manager to try to help with stuff. I need to make sure that I am continuing to do things like, for example, pay Triffid, and live suing the video folks and all that stuff. So all that costs money, and I'm super grateful to everyone here who has been part of that process. But again, we're definitely looking for more people to jump on board if you can. So please consider doing that. You can get cool stuff for yourself and for the channel. Same thing with subscribing to the channel, where you get those custom sub badges and emotes to use here, there, and everywhere across Twitch. On the financial side, I already said that. On the publishing side, that's what I meant to say. Exclamation point Icarus. That's my graphic novel from Athos Arts. Exclamation point Library is my Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library. That's my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment. And exclamation point Greyshade. That is my Greyshade IP. Greyshade, Renegade, and Heretic, which is my Grey Assassin trilogy that came out from Athos Arts. That is available at that link. You can also get the audiobook of Greyshade from our very own Trent Sparks at that link. And you can also pre-order the Greyshade tabletop role-playing game coming from Alligator Alley and Brandon O'Brien in the summer of this year. So now is the time to get in on that if you were interested in some awesome tabletop action. Last but certainly not least, exclamation point BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Exclamation point Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And exclamation point Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage, and send the message we will do so for others in that situation in the future. I want to thank everyone again who made this an awesome stream. Thank you to my wonderful mods, Emily the Invincible. Special thanks to Emily again for all the work on that puzzle too. Thank you to Prince Justin. Thank you to Triffity Mets. Thank you as well to Nonstop. Thank you to Wisp. Sorry, I got past the mods. Emily, Prince Justin, and Triffity Mats. I got a little confused because of Arvbot here, which reminds me, just before I go on with the thank yous, let me just make sure that I don't lose that. January 21st, 2024, as I realize that I just messed that up. I'm going to rename that. That should be 25, not 24. Okay. So that way I can get rid of this and this and this and this. Yes. Right. So thank you to those wonderful mods. Thank you as well to my wonderful Patreon supporters and subscribers. Thank you to Emily, to Prince Justin, to Triffit. Thank you to Nonstop. Thank you to Wispy Song and Imaginary Exponent. Again, Imaginary, thank you so much for all your help with the puzzle today. And thank you so much to my wonderful viewers. Thank you to Anthony. Thank you to Butthurt, to Darksteel Sport, to Darth Sisu. Thank you to Geister. Thank you to Hillness, who was lurking in the background there. Thank you to Penguin Souls. Thank you to Cubics. Thank you to Questionable Results, Saturnius, and TNS Mephiston. And of course, most special thanks today to my good friend TariToons for her wonderful illustration and artwork as always, and also for helping us with a puzzle, which would have been, I think, impossible on here if she hadn't helped. So thanks. That is going to do it for me. I will see you folks over on GOG.com in about 55 minutes for Pen and Pixels, D&D with GOG, Ghosts of Saltmarsh, and by the Dice Roll. And then I will be back here on this channel Thursday night with more Caves of Kood. Until then, everyone in the United States especially, please stay warm. Please stay as parts of communities, stay vigilant, and hang in there. And much love to all of you. Please, as I always say, be good to each other, and I will catch you folks in just a little bit over on GOG. Until then, be good to each other. Have a good day.